You're lying awake at 2 a.m. doing panic mental math to figure out if you can safely cover rent and your credit card minimums this month. Meanwhile, the woman making your exact same salary is sleeping soundly because she mastered these hidden psychological boundaries, and it has almost nothing to do with how much money she makes. Here's the uncomfortable part. The gap between her peace of mind and your 2 a.m. panic is not an income gap. It's a behavioral gap. The system around you, the brands, the social algorithms, the cultural pressure, has normalized financial anxiety so deeply that most women genuinely believe stress is just a side effect of regular adult life. It is not. Financial stress is a symptom. And today we are breaking down the 7 silent habits of women who have genuinely stopped worrying about money, so that by the end of this list, you can pinpoint exactly which one is missing from your life right now. Before point 1, here is something sharp to sit with. The financially calm woman, she is not earning more than you. She is simply refusing to spend emotionally. Every time you swipe your card to manage a feeling, exhaustion, boredom, social anxiety, you are paying a psychological fee that never shows up as a line item in your budget. She stopped paying that fee. That single shift is worth more than a $15,000 raise. Point 1. She treats her savings account like a bill. The average woman who struggles financially thinks about savings as whatever is left over at the end of the month. The woman who sleeps soundly treats her savings transfer like her rent payment. Non-negotiable. Automatic. And the first thing that moves on payday. This is not discipline. It is architecture. She removed the decision entirely. Behavioral economists call this paying yourself first. But the psychology behind it is even simpler than that. When savings is automatic, your brain stops perceiving it as money you have. You adapt your spending to what remains. That adaptation called hedonic adaptation works like this. You do not grieve the money that goes to your electric bill, because your brain already categorized it as gone. She did the exact same thing with wealth building. Gone on payday. Non-negotiable. Point 2. She has a soft no script for social spending. Social obligation spending is one of the most invisible wealth drains for women in their 30s. The bachelorette trip to Nashville. The group birthday dinner where the bill gets split equally, even though you ordered water. The friend who only wants to catch up at $1.20 to a cocktail bar. The financially calm woman is not antisocial. She is armed. She has pre-built, guilt-free language that declines expensive group spending without fracturing a single relationship. That weekend doesn't work for me, but I would love to grab coffee when you're back. That sentence costs her nothing. And used consistently, it saves her thousands every single year. She understood early that social pressure is a financial extraction mechanism dressed up as friendship, and she chose her peace over the performance. Point 3. She never shops to resolve an emotion. This one is the core of everything. Retail therapy is not a harmless little joke. It is a billion-dollar industry built on the precise psychological knowledge that women experiencing stress, boredom, or low-grade anxiety are the most profitable customers on earth. The Target dollar section exists because a stressed woman in a Target at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday will spend an average of $40 more than she planned. Every time. The financially calm woman has a rule that is almost embarrassingly simple. She does not open a shopping app or walk into a store when she is emotionally dysregulated. She eats something, drinks water, takes a walk, and then checks if she still wants the thing in the morning. 80% of the time, she does not. Point 4. She knows exactly what she owns. This sounds almost insultingly basic. Until you realize how many women are buying duplicates of things already buried somewhere in a closet. Jenna, a 34-year-old marketing director, once did a full home audit. She found 4 half-used body lotions, 11 tote bags, 3 nearly identical black blazers, and 6 unopened sets of organizational bins, most still in the packaging. She had spent close to $600 on things she already owned versions of. The financially calm woman conducts periodic home audits. She knows what she has. And this is not just about saving money, it is about rejecting the retail trick that makes novelty feel like necessity. When you know exactly what you own, the manufactured urgency of a limited time sale loses its grip entirely. Point 5. She understands the difference between price and cost. Price is what you pay at the register. Cost is what you pay over its entire lifespan. A $19 mascara that dries out in 3 weeks costs more than a $38 one that lasts 3 months. A $600 couch bought twice costs more than a $900 couch bought once. The financially calm woman makes slower, higher quality purchasing decisions that eliminate the replacement cycle entirely. She is not a cheapskate. She is mathematically literate about her purchases in a way that most people simply are not. Brands profit enormously from the woman who always optimizes for the lowest upfront price, because she becomes the highest frequency repeat customer. The quiet wealth builder optimizes for the lowest total cost instead. That single mental shift is worth thousands across a decade of everyday buying decisions. Point 6. She has a financial ceiling, not just a budget. Most people budget from the bottom up. They track what they spend, feel guilty about the overages, and then repeat the exact same cycle next month. The financially calm woman builds from the top down. She sets a hard ceiling on her lifestyle, a monthly number she refuses to exceed, and she does not renegotiate it every time she gets a raise or a bonus. This is the direct defense against lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is when every income increase immediately converts into a higher monthly expense baseline. Think of it like a treadmill that speeds up every time you run faster. You are working harder and getting nowhere. She avoids this by treating income growth as a savings rate increase, not a spending permission slip. Her lifestyle looks almost identical at $70,000 as it does at $90,000. Her net worth, however, does not. Point 7. She has automated her financial decisions to protect her tired brain. Decision fatigue is real. By 7 p.m. on a weekday, the average professional woman has made thousands of micro-decisions. Her prefrontal cortex, the rational forward-planning part of the brain, is genuinely depleted. Brands know this. That is precisely why one-click purchasing exists. Why food delivery apps push notifications at exactly 6:30 p.m. Why the impulse checkout section sits at eye level in every single grocery store. The financially calm woman protects her tired evening brain by pre-making her financial decisions during a calmer, clearer state. Meal planning on Sunday. Auto transfers firing on payday. A standing grocery list that requires zero thinking. A wait 24 hours. Rule for anything sitting in her online cart. She is not more disciplined than you. She has simply offloaded discipline into systems. So her exhausted Tuesday night self cannot sabotage her Thursday morning goals. The thread connecting all 7 of these habits is not extreme frugality. It is not a high salary. It is the recognition that the consumer economy around every woman is architecturally designed to extract money from her most vulnerable emotional moments. When she is tired, when she is lonely, when she is anxious, when she is performing for a social group, the financially calm woman is not immune to those moments. She has just built invisible guardrails that activate exactly when her emotions are the loudest. The one thing you can do today right now before this video ends is pick the habit that stung the most to hear. And automate just one decision around it. One automatic transfer. One pre-written soft no. One 24-hour cart rule. Not 7 changes. 1. Because sustainable behavioral change does not come from a massive overnight overhaul. It comes from one quiet boundary that compounds exactly like interest. And if those same emotional triggers, that 6 p.m. exhaustion, that bored Sunday scroll, are hitting you somewhere else first, there is a bigger mechanism you need to understand. Your phone is not a neutral tool sitting in your pocket. It is an engineered wealth extraction device that activates every single one of the emotional vulnerabilities we just talked about, before you even realize you have opened an app. Click the video on your screen right now, and let's pull back the next layer to expose exactly how your phone's architecture is quietly draining your bank account one frictionless tap at a time.